Today we're talking about protection oil. I'm going to teach you how to make it yourself, because when you make it yourself and you put your own intention into it, it's going to be way more powerful than getting it from any store or anyone else. When you make it yourself, you're infusing it with your intention, your energy, and your power. So that means the protection that you need specifically will be infused into that oil. It will be aligned with you and it'll fit perfectly for your needs. You can use any old oil, but I choose to use jojoba or almond oil for this ritual. My mother, she uses castor oil because that is her favorite one. If you'd like to infuse it with a little extra love, I would highly recommend some rose oil. But today, I'm going to be using jojoba oil and showing you how to do this yourself. Okay, here we go. So right here I have my jojoba oil. Right here, it's 100% pure, natural, organic. You do want to try to get pure and organic because it just, in my opinion, works better. It feels like it works stronger than any other oil, but it is up to you. It's your choice, whatever you'd like to use. And again, you can use rose oil, you can use castor oil, you could use vitamin E if you really wanted to. I know my grandmother does. But you can use any oil that you want. This is what I choose to use today though. And to make things easier, I do put them in this little bottle here because it's got a tip on it, little tip nozzle that just makes it easier for me to put it inside whatever I'm using. Today I'm using this little tiny bottle because I can actually take this off and use it as a necklace and keep it on me at all times. So I really love that. I've also got some black obsidian with me because this is a great stone to help protect. You can also use labradorite like I was talking about earlier. Any stone that you feel is a protection stone. I mean, there's plenty. You could use tiger's eye. You can use any of the ones that are for protection, but today I am using obsidian. Obsidian is one of the ones that I connect with more, and it also aligns with everything I'm doing today. So what we're going to do is we are going to just put this nozzle in here, fill this bottle up. Now this is just your basic ritual. If you wanted to make this ritual more powerful, what you would do is actually cleanse with incense your bottle before beginning. That is something you can do. I honestly just do my cleansing and my purification afterwards. I do it as one ritual altogether instead of a little bit here, a little bit there. But it is up to you. This is a very open, free way. Nobody's way is perfect. Whatever you feel led to do, that's what you should do. So we've got the oil in there now. I'm going to add a little bit of this obsidian. And whatever you choose to put in the oil, please do check and make sure that it's not a stone that will be harmed by oil. I know that some stones have a high copper content and sometimes can be ruined if they're touched by water. So you do want to maybe ask, Google or ChatGPT just to make sure your stone specifically isn't going to be hurt by the oil itself. So there we go. I've got my stones in there. I've got my oil. If you want to enhance this oil just a little bit more, you can add angelica root and sage. Sage is perfect for these kinds of things. I use it in about 90% of my rituals just because it does cleanse and protect your energy, and it's just a great overall herb to use in rituals. So I'm going to add these in here. Again, you don't have to do all these things. It just enhances that energy a little bit more. And before I did start any of this, I did cleanse each of these items. The angelica root, it's been cleansed and dedicated and consecrated. So was the sage. So those are already infused with some protection energy with my personal deities. And I say deities, but it can be anything that you believe in, whether you believe in just God, or if you're asking your ancestors for their help, spirits that you trust in. Whatever it is that you believe in is what you're going to use for this ritual. You want to add the sage in after you put the oil in, because if you add the sage in before, it's going to stick to the bottom and it's not going to shake up very easily. Also, if you are using jojoba oil, Please know that the smell is not great. It does just smell like oil. If you're looking for more of a fragrance, I would definitely recommend the rose oil because it just smells sweeter. Also, sweet almond is wonderful. That's like my second choice when I make these kinds of oils, is the sweet almond oil. And that's it. Now we put our lid on here. Something to take note of is you do not want to fill the oil all the way up. You want to leave room for adding stuff in, and so that when you put the top on, it's not leaking out everywhere. So we have this now, and even now I did fill it up just a little smidge too much, but there, that's what we got. And you can shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up. Sometimes I'll just like let the rocks fall to one side and then let the rocks fall to the other. Give it time. And while it's doing that, this is the ritual part. I would recommend that you have a sacred space that you've already dedicated to this kind of work. All you really have to do is pray over it, let your deity, your gods, whatever it is, you know, let them know this space is a sacred space that I'm dedicating to doing energy work, and I ask that you bless it and cleanse it of all negative energy so that it's just 100% positive and pure. I personally like to use all the elements. You do not have to do that. At this point, you could just pray over it and you would be done. So you could just, you know, I feel like prayers need to be personal. I don't really like to just give people things to memorize and use. It should be personal to you, but it really does not have to be intense. It can be very simple. Intention is the purpose. So when you're doing this, you want to be very focused. You want to take time to connect with your God, spirit, energy, ancestors, whatever it is. You want to take your time and then just ask them to assist you and bless this item, okay? I do it a little bit more because I've been doing this for a while and I love to use all the elements in my rituals. I feel like it enhances them a little bit more, and I'm going to show you how to do that also. So in here I've added my sage, my rosemary, and some wormwood. Those are my three main ones that I'm using today to enhance this protection oil. And we've got salt. And we've got water. Now this water I have been letting sit out in the moon, and I also put a quartz crystal on top just to enhance the energy. Again, you do not have to do these things. It's just a little extra things that I've incorporated into my practice because I feel like it enhances the energy. I've also got my candle here. You can use any colored candle, but please remember that certain colors do have different purposes. So for this, I would recommend a white candle for protection, cleansing, that kind of energy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to silently work through this, but I'm going to explain it to you first. We are going to light the herbs so that we have the smoke. We are going to use the salt in the water so that what we are incorporating here is earth, water, fire, and air once we light the incense, okay? All right, let's begin. And that's it. You're done. It's that simple. Now, because I've got the salt and the water all over it, you can leave this for some time. Some people leave it until the incense is completely burned out and the candle goes out, or you can end the ritual there. Some people who practice certain religions and certain rituals will say, Amen, so mote it be, as long as none is harmed, so mote it be. These types of things, you'll have to come up with your own whatever fits for you. For me, I just say blessed be. And I have a personal conversation with my energies that I connect with. If you have any other questions or if I missed anything, please let me know.